Shalom, shalom. Turn the volume on. This is another Sabbath day, and we come out week in and week out to bring out the truth out of the Bible. John 8, verse 32.
John 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
And this is why Yahweh came into the world, and that was to bring the truth. There was no guile in the Most High's mouth. There was no lies in his mouth, no deceit, like you guys are so accustomed to in this society. Genesis 49, verse 1 and 2. Go ahead. Genesis 49, verse 1 and 2.
Genesis 49, 1 through 2. And Jacob called unto his son and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last day.
So this was Abraham talking to his lineage, which looks like you might even be part of this too, because we come out here for the lost sheep. That's why we come out, to try to wake all the people of God up, the 12 tribes, which consists of the blacks, the so-called blacks, the Native Americans, and the so-called Hispanics. That's what we come out here for, to try to wake them up, because Christ is coming back to make the crooked way straight and the rough edges smooth. So what's your nationality, by the way? Hispanic? Your dad's a so-called Mexican? So you'd be from the tribe of Issachar. That's where you'd be from. So let's go to Deuteronomy. Since you came up, we got to bring it to you.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
Now this was Moses talking to our people. This was on Mount Sinai and Horeb. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And this is why our people are going through all this oppression, why we're the last hired, the first fired, why the police are gunning our people down. This is because our people, our forefathers, they didn't want to listen to Moses. But this is what we have to do, is come back to the laws that he gave us from the foundation of the world. That's why we come out, to try to get all the people of God to come back to who they are. Go ahead. Yeah. Oh man, I don't have any cash on me. I don't have any cash. I would help you, man. And it's the Sabbath too. We don't really spend on the Sabbath. Yeah, we don't do it on the Sabbath. We don't spend. You know, this is the Sabbath, right? Yeah, we don't do the spending on the Sabbath. When the sun goes down, we do it. We do it before and after. Now, that's another law. We got to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy.
What my trying to do.
Yeah, but if it wasn't the Sabbath, I could help you. I could do it, but I couldn't even do it because it's the Sabbath. We'd be breaking the Sabbath doing that. Let me give you a flyer, though. Our name's on there and our number. All right, man. Okay, go back to Genesis where we were. Genesis 49. Let's go back there.
Genesis 49, verse 2. Gather yourselves together, and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel, your father.
And see, this was Moses speaking right here, and he was giving us a heads up on what was going to happen to us in these last days, because we are in the perilous times now. Go to Zephaniah 2. Gather yourselves together.
Zephaniah 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yes, gather together, O nation not desired.
And this is just to the people of God. This is God talking through the prophet Zephaniah, saying, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. We know we're the ones that's not desired in this society. So we're not talking to everybody out here. We're only talking to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We're not out here for nobody else. So you don't get this misunderstood. We just come out here for the so-called blacks, the so-called Native Americans, and the so-called Mexicans, the ones you guys call all these proverbs and bywords. God calls us the Israelites. We're the Israelites from the tribe of Judah. Read.
Before the decree bring forth.
Before this destruction of those ICBM missiles come, because they're getting ready to do this pretty soon. This is why God is saying it. Before this destruction comes, you got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, or you're going to get destroyed with the rest of these people here. Read.
Before the days pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Because if people don't want to do this, they're going to have to get that destruction that's coming upon them. How you doing, Tammy? We all right? You guys don't come listen? We just trying to wake everybody up. You know what we do. Trying to wake up the lost sheep like you. Like that brother in the car with you. The 12 tribes. That's all we out here to do. Wake up the lost sheep. This is the Sabbath. So what? You going to buy something? Yep. You guys already know we're those people of God. You know it already. I mean, this is who Christ is getting ready to come for. We got to come back to the laws. You guys already know this. We can't be going to the Jehovah Wickedness Church. He's not coming back for no Seventh-day Adventists. He's only coming back for the Israelites. I just use that term because he never gave us any religion. He only gave us the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's all God gave us. We're telling everybody about the laws, what God told us, what he gave us through Moses on Mount Sinai and Horeb. The laws, statutes, and commandments, what he gave us from the foundation. That's what he gave us. He didn't give us any religion. Religion, all that means is to hold back. That's what religion means. Everybody going to the church on Sunday and doing all that stuff, they're actually worshiping the sun goddess. That's what they're doing. And that started during the Roman Empire, during Constantine did that. Put that on our people. And we got it's in the Bible, but we also got the history books to back this up, what they did to us. Now, our people are asleep. That's why Christ said in Ephesians chapter 5, wake up, sleepers, and arise from the dead, and Christ will give thee light. Because a lot of them are just walking around spiritually dead because they don't know who they are. So we just come out to wake everybody up. Here, let's give her a flyer. Everyone, we got flyers. We got, if you know my son, he's doing this. Yeah, when we went for Tracy's little ceremony, you've seen us all. Everybody, we're all doing it. We're trying to wake everybody up, all of our people up before Christ gets here. That's what we come out for. So yeah, if you're busy today, call that number. We'll come to one of the studies and we can break it down. We can sit at the table and do it. And break it down the way it's supposed to be broken down. Because out here, we just really come out and blow the trumpet and try to warn the people. But at the studies, we bring out the books, the Bibles, everything. All the historical books that go with it. But this is not where we do all that. We just come out and preach on the Sabbath. All right, Tammy. All right. Go ahead. Where were you? Go to Lamentation. Lamentation, the precious sons of Zion. Lamentation. Go ahead. She got her Issachar guy in there with her.
Lamentations 4 verse 2. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed?
See, the Most High God said that the precious sons of Zion are comparable to fine gold. He said, how are we esteemed? He says, we're like earthen pitchers. Read.
How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter?
And this is the work of the hands of the potter. It's just a lot of people, they have a problem with what the potter did. People have a problem. The whole problem is you guys had a problem with that covenant that he made with us, with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You guys have had a problem with it ever since. You guys have tried to steal something that was never given to you from the beginning. Go ahead. Romans 3. What advantage?
Romans 3 verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew?
So he said, what advantage is there of us being a Jew? Read.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
And what profit is there of circumcision? Because we were separated from the other nations. You guys went over to the holy mountain and you touched the precious things of God by going over there to Jerusalem. We already know, and we already know how those Amaleks and those Khazarians was put over there during the British Mandate in 1948. They're over there in our homeland now. We understand the Bible, but we also study the history too. We know who's over there. They're not supposed to be occupying none of our land. Read.
much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
Because unto us, we were the ones committed the oracles of God. Nobody else was given the lively oracles. This was what God gave through Moses on Mount Sinai and Horeb. Nobody else was given this. This is why our people are going through it. And if you're out buying, selling, and trading on this day, you're breaking the Sabbath. He said to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Read.
For what if some did not believe?
And we already know some of you guys aren't going to believe that we're the people of God, because you guys lied and put up Cesar Borgia as the anointed Savior, the one Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo painted. That guy is not Christ. He was a murderer and a pedophile. Him and his brother, Giovanni, they slept with the same sister, Lucretia. This is the one you got hanging up in all the Sunday churches. We know all about it. Read.
For what if some did not believe?
And what if some of you don't believe? God already knew you guys weren't going to believe it, because you guys were going to lie on Christ himself. Read.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
See, your unbelief is not going to change a thing. It's not going to change anything, because